Rick the puppy. Say hi. You hear the music? You know, stay there. Listen. You had a big bowl of water before the walk, and for some reason there's a case of Huggies in the back seat of my car, and I don't know where they came from, so I'm going to drink one. Little Hug fruit barrels. Back in the day, you get these for $0.25. 50 cents, you get a Huggy and a pretzel. I hear you. He wants to go for a walk. The entire car ride, that's all he does. Oh, you know what? I just brushed my teeth. Doing a lot of weird things right now. I'm breaking in shoes while going on a dog walk. That's a rookie mistake. And today we're breaking in. Oh, Rick the puppy. So I'm all tangled up. Anyway, so I'm breaking in these Philly slides. Yeah, I'm real weird with my feet. Like, I gotta be like certain types of socks. They gotta feel a certain type of way. For 20 years, I didn't wear socks that had color dyes in them. Because one time when I was 18, I wore black socks to a job interview. And they left like a dye, like a stain on my foot. And it just creeped me out so bad that I never wore dress socks. It took me 20 years to figure out. It was a thing. My kids could only wear white socks. It was a... Alright, well, let's get... Alright. The weather out is oh so nice. Who wants a cup of water ice? Isn't that neat? They sell water ice everywhere, Rick the puppy. Any corner, in any neighborhood, you can go to any store. You can't use the payphone, but there used to be a payphone. Hold on, Rick the puppy. Oh, wow. Come on, Rick the puppy. This is, I don't know what this is called. The Hong Kong Deli. I think it used to be called Hank's or Henry's. I used to work it. My first job was in this store. I used to have to sweep the whole place up. Oh, wow. Over here. This was the old Nativity BVM Parish School. This was the first school. And it looks like it's getting gutted. And you look inside. Uh-oh. Stripped down to the brick walls, Rick the puppy. And I heard there was like a gymnasium inside here. I never got to go inside. After it was the parish school, it was the convent for a long time. I mean, just the doors they put on these. This isn't the, well, it was a school. And check, oh, Rick the puppy, you're making it impossible to do camera work today. Look at the archway. I think it's staying, right? I think if this was going to get knocked out, ooh, that's oxygen. Cool fence. Oh man, I wonder if they're going to get rid of this. I hope they don't knock it. Well, what the hell do I care? IWD. This is the. It might not. This is one of the worst parking lots. Whenever they used to have Christmas stuff go on at the church, I would always. They would have events at Nativity once in a while, and I would always duck in there. Even though I'm not a very religious person, I still, like, part of me and my family and our history belongs to this church. So it's kind of important to me. And, like, I know other people who have families and generations who went to this church. And even though I don't think I really have any memories inside this building, the outside of this building was always in my life. I remember we would have to have fire drills, and we would, stand across the street from the park or stand here in the parking lot. I remember one time, my second grade teacher, Miss Tobin, had to yell at about my handwriting to my mom right there on that corner. Nothing like being scolded. There we go. Right there, that's the smokestack. I think that's, somebody told me that was like an incinerator and they would use it to burn trash. And I'll show you why I'm over here. This is how much this little building means to me. As I drove past here the other day and I saw the sign was broken for the rectory. And I gasped out loud, Rick the puppy. Yeah, see? Uh-oh. It made me gasp out loud. The rectory sign's broken. That's another part of my childhood that they're going to have to replace. And I guess shit happens after it's been there. I don't know. I belonged in Nativity in the 80s. Oh boy. I made a few videos inside the church. I'll go in there when they're having confession. And I just walk around. I don't go to confession. I just go in and I'll walk around. Sit there. I don't know if that's weird, but it kind of feels like going back to your childhood home. There's the fence. That's James Turner. He was the first Monsignor of Nativity. I think that's the story. And the other story is, about the first Monsignor. I'm not sure, but he was a Monsignor. And the story is, urban legend, I don't know if it's true. Story is he was up on the roof and he was doing something on the roof and he fell here to his death. And that's where they buried him. And when I think about that story, I don't know if I necessarily want to be buried at the place I died. But then again, he probably loved the church, so it's a win-win. Yeah, this little rail. 1890 right there. There's the cornerstone. Hey, how you doing? That's Our Lady Help of Christians. There's the old clock tower. I don't think that's the right time. There's no way that's the right time. Oh, here's this is the old Ethel's cheesesteak shop. And I have a feeling the front may look different soon. So let me just document this one last time. Ethel Steaks, Gracie and John, they owned it. They had pretzels on the counter, and they had pretzels on the counter, and they didn't have a mustard squirt bottle. They had a glass jar with a paintbrush, and you would paint your mustard on your pretzel. The people at the corner stores in these neighborhoods back in the day, it used to be an extended family, sorta. And if they ever saw me acting like a jerk off, they would tell my mom and dad, like, yo, John was whatever I would do. Running around pale with his shirt off in January, which is something I did. This is pale in Port Richmond. And one time it was like January. I was like trying to impress people. I realized that you can impress people by doing dumb things. That's why everything I say when I'm with somebody always ends in the punchline, because I just tell jokes constantly because I want people to like me. It's okay. I'm okay with it. It brings me happiness. It brings them happiness. It's fine. This used to be a police station. Flemish Bond, Rick the puppy. Haven't screamed that at the top of my lungs in a while. Across the street, this is Mix Inn. It's been here forever. I love this. They have the ladies' entrance. This is where the ladies would enter the bar. And if you weren't a lady, you could use the front door. Philadelphia Brewing Company, they're our local brewery. Come on, Rick the puppy. Uh-oh. We're a local brewery right down Frankfurt Ave. This is Livingston Street at Port Richmond. And you see how everybody, you have to kind of park on the curb so your car doesn't get sideswiped. Right, Rick the puppy? Yeah. I saw a story on Twitter. I'm never going to call it X. I don't care. That the city's going to go around and they're going to start ticketing people who are parking on the pavement. And I don't know if Livingston Street can exist if people park on the street. I mean, maybe for motorcycles, but... Oh, Rick the puppy. You see this? This is the grounds of the old haunted church back here. There used to be a haunted church. It wasn't really a haunted church. It was just a church. But when we were little kids, we would call it the haunted church. And if you know, I don't even know. We used to play inside the church. Me, Mikey Food Stamp, John Thomas. We would get... Come on. No. Come on, this is sacred ground, Rick the puppy. When we would go in the church, this was around the time Goonies and Monster Squad came out. So, being like a kid and going into places and exploring, it was all the rage. Yeah, right here. Look at this. The only signs left of the haunted church. If anybody knows the name of the church, let me know in the comments. Yeah, Rick the puppy, that was very nice of you. Just run into the middle of the street. So our destination today is we're going to go to the record store. We're going to go to Creep Records in Port Richmond. Uh-oh. Oh no, Rick the puppy. And the reason we're going to Creep Records is because... Uh-oh, Rick the puppy. Is because you can bring your dog into the store. Ow, you son of a bitch. All right. Oh, we got a house for sale. Buy a house on the block the Philly captain grew up. Not on this block exactly. About 5 blocks that way. But you can buy a house. But there's a house on Ann Street that's for sale. 2730 Ann Street. Let me know what it's going for. I love the front door, huh? Check out that front door. That's awesome. I'll tell you the perks. I usually telling you the perks about living in a spot, but their Port Richmond is notorious for horrific parking. Horrible parking. You can get parking spot. I'm pretty sure you can get a parking spot most of the time. If you live here, you might have to walk a block and a half. Block and a half, that's it. Because they just built all these new parking lots. Hold on, Rick the puppy. Yeah, if you go down the street, there's a whole parking lot, so you could park there. I go to this record store, Creep Records. I go there all the time. I always get a parking spot in front of the record store. I got the picture score to Alice's Restaurant, which makes me wonder, did I buy something I didn't think it was? Is this actually Alice's Restaurant, or is this the music to the movie that I haven't seen? I just listened to the song. Matter of fact, I think I own Alice's Restaurant vinyl already. I do that a lot. I buy duplicates. If I see something on vinyl and it's under $5, I'll buy a duplicate, because they're going for $50 now. Taylor Swift came out with a new album, and I'm a Swiftie. I don't know if I ever bragged to you about it, but I once did appear in a Google ad with Taylor Swift. No bullshit, no, really a real deal Holyfield. And so I'm a Swiftie, and I wanted to support my girl, but I'm not paying $50 for a vinyl record. I would love to see if you could open the door, like if there's a door that you can open. Yeah, this Dr. Pepper sign, that's been here for a while. And the sign has a crack in it, so which means another winter or two, you know, it'll probably fall apart. Footwear update. Definitely getting a blister on left foot. Here's another one of those streets where you have to kind of park on the pavement. It's you know, this guy's not on the pavement. It's very close, but it's so tight. It's so hard to drive down these tiny streets. Down the street, is this Mercer? This kid, I used to have nightmares driving down the street up there because people park on the pavement here and they park in the pavement on this side. It's tight. It's tight, Rick the puppy. And so then you get people who put the poles up because they don't want people parking on their pavement. And then sometimes people don't get the memo. They don't know you're not supposed to, that you got to park on the pavement. Just a smidge, you know? And then they park out, and then that's it. If you got a pole and a guy parked out all the way, somebody's getting a car scratched. Somebody. Or a pole's getting dinged. Look at this brand new tree coming to the neighborhood. Look at, they put a little guard, like a fence around it. So Rick the puppy couldn't piss on it. Good for them. The city, I know I'm saying, I don't know if these people did, but the city has a program where if you want to, you can apply. One looks like you can apply to get a tree for the front of your house, and they will plant. I think they'll even like plant it for you, or maybe they just give you the tree. I'm not sure. There's a whole program. You look it up. Why am I even talking about it? I think trees are magnificent creatures, but I do think they are a liability sometimes. We do get, 70-mile winds once in a while. Maybe not 70. We get tornado warnings. We actually do get tornadoes in Philadelphia occasionally. Just the other day we had an earthquake. End of days, Rick the puppy. End of days. Footwear update. I forgot they're adjustable straps, so now I just have a extremely loose flip-flop on, and now I feel like it's going to fall off every step I take. So this is the worst walk of my life. We're from Port Richmond. Here we are. Yo, even better. Rick the puppy's here too. Wow, what a star-studded affair, Rick the puppy. Yeah. All right, Kim doesn't want to be in the video, but she's.
That's my daughter.
Right. Yeah. You guys live in Port Richmond?
Yeah. She does.
She does. What, you a South Philly guy?
No, I lived up here for 30 years, but I'm back and forth to Virginia.
Okay.
I've been in Virginia.
Oh, the traffic. Oh, the traffic in Virginia. Talk to me about it. It's horrible.
You can't stand it, can you?
It's, oh my God, it's traffic in Virginia?
Yeah.
I'd rather deal with 95.
I heard you going to Florida. You said I got to drive through Virginia. That state's long.
It stinks, man. How long have you lived in Port Richmond? Your whole life, right?
Well, no, I grew up in Virginia. We moved back young. I moved back, but our whole family's been here, so I've been back for like 15 years.
Okay.
Well, we lived here for 30 years in Port Richmond.
What parish?
St. Anne's up here?
St. Anne's, in Fishtown. In Fishtown.
No, here. The church here.
Our Lady Help of Christians.
Yeah.
The German church. You German?
Yeah. No.
You don't look German, I was going to say.
I'm Irish and Italian.
We should have gone to Nativity. I'll see you guys later. See you on the internet. I will. Oh, by the way, be safe. What's that? You made the video. You're a star. Yo, Ma! I'm going to be in the video. Oh, it's just... I always like this alleyway. This alleyway, it's so crazy. This alleyway has been overgrown my entire life. And it's a driveway. It just needs to be mowed, but nobody mows it. So then it gets overgrown. Yeah, it's always been this way. There's not many driveways in Port Richmond, so it's like a rarity. All right. Well, we did it, Rick the Puppy. Hey, did you know Rick the Puppy has a t-shirt? You can buy a t-shirt with Rick the Puppy on it. You don't like Rick the Puppy? Get yourself a Stewie the One-Eyed Chihuahua t-shirt. You know, there's probably people who don't even know who the hell Stewie is. I get Rick, well, as you notice from this walk, Rick pools. So nobody in my house really, well, they say they can't walk them. I just say they don't want to. They say, Dad, last time I walked him, he pulled out my shoulder. Remember, I dislocated my arm? Yeah, that sounds like an excuse to me. And then, all right, Rick the Puppy, that's it. That's going to wrap up another walk. Don't eat any of those chicken bones. If you like this video, do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up. And while you're at it, hit subscribe. Don't forget to check out my merch. My merch, it's fire. And if you want to help me out, there's a link below in every video to my Patreon. And, yeah, that's it. That's it.